English language cultural influences, cultural competence, and social emotional needs in teaching and learning are very, very significant when it comes to education. An article from Coloring Colorado titled Language and Culture in ELL Education talks about how culture can affect good education and how some cultures don't like the way that schools have students write things such as personal narratives or read stories about morals. So it's important to learn and understand your students' cultures, because if their culture doesn't agree with something in school, you should always have a secondary option for them if needed. This will show that you took the time to understand their culture and that you also respect it. When it comes to the social emotional needs of English language learners in teaching and learning, students might be so focused on what they can't do rather than what they have learned. So it's important for us to remind them constantly what they have learned. We want to be reminding them of the things that they can do, things that they have done, to help motivate them to do the things that they have not learned and can't do yet. This could be done by having a checklist of things they have learned, so when they feel discouraged, they can look back on it. As educators, we should focus on what students can do and encourage them to go further. Some intentional strategies for families and community engagement would be to communicate with your students about what they need help with and what they are doing. It is important to remind parents that we are also there for them and students if they need help. The asset of home language is that students can help other students in the classroom who might speak their home language and teach peers other words in a new language. When it comes to using communication, family involvement, and culture to help build relationships, it is essential to create a sense of community inside your classroom by displaying different families and their cultures. Connecting with families can be difficult. An article from Coloring Colorado titled Connecting with EEL Families, Strategies for Success talks about tips to be successful when connecting with English language learner families, such as learning about your English language learner students, integrating cultural traditions of English language learning students in the classroom, creating a welcoming environment for families, and lastly, making a connection with families while showing that you value families' native languages.